Okay, let me repeat what I was saying. Today we are going to continue to discuss file name extensions. We're gonna convert files in different ways. And we're gonna also discuss the top level domain names. Okay, so I want you to go, but before we do any of that, we're gonna start talking about next semester. So I want you to go to Schoology and open the class information folder. Once you open the class information folder, look for internal info session English Spring 2023. Internal info session Spring English Spring 2023. And let's look at it. Now take a minute to read it. Take a couple of minutes to read it. Once you finish reading it, raise your hand so I'll know who is finished. Okay. So the school is getting ready for the next semester, and it wants students to start thinking about next semester as well. Hi, good morning, Carmen. You can go to Schoology, open the class information folder. And you'll see a file name. What's that? You'll see a file name internal info session fall 2023. Download it. The students have read it already. I'm going to talk about it. So the school is starting to plan for next semester. And they want students to start thinking about next semester as well. Usually, students in this class who fit the requirements move on to the IC3 class at Sonia Gutierrez campus. It's something similar to our class, but it's a bit more advanced. But also, other students want to take one of the career training classes or GED. So anyone who wants to take a career training or GED class. Let me explain what a career training class is. A career training class is the bilingual teaching assistant, culinary arts, IT fundamentals, nurse aid. There's a Construye, which is a bilingual program, bilingual Spanish-English for construction. So the career training classes, there's a process that you have to do in order to be able to register in one of those classes. The process is you have to first attend an information session. And according to this handout, information sessions are going to be in person and virtual. So the in-person sessions are going to be on Wednesday, March 29th from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and on Wednesday, April 5th from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And that's at the Sonia Gutierrez campus. The virtual sessions are Thursday, March 30th, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Thursday, April 6th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And here is the meeting ID for Zoom and the passcode. Or you could take a picture of this, and I'm not sure what it will do. Probably take you to the Zoom meeting. So that's the first step in registering for any of the career training classes. Once you attend the information session, they tell you what you need, what the process is, and what you have to do. After that, they'll call you for an interview. They have to interview you to make sure that you are the right candidate for that type of class. Any questions so far? If you want to talk to someone about it, you can contact the number below or send an email at careertraining@carlosrosario.org. But if you want to see more information about any of these classes, you can go to the carlosrosario.org website. Let me start it over again. So when you first log into carlosrosario.org, you get a message here. This message is for new students. So if you know of anyone who wants to take a class at Carlos Rosario, tell them to log in to carlosrosario.org, and it gives them information. They need to click here to add their name to a list, and then they'll call them to get them started to register as students. But for already attending students, students who are already taking classes, to see information about classes, you come here to class offerings, and you can get information about the career training programs, English as a second language, ESL, what's the first two again? I can't remember the names, Christina. The one that you teach at night?
Orientation B.
Right. So ESL starts from orientation A all the way to advanced English. And then you have GED program. If you want to do GED, you have to attend an information session. And they also have citizenship classes. Anyone who wants to become a citizen, there's a test that you have to take. So the citizenship class trains you for that test. And they also have ESL for families. ESL for families, they offer these classes at schools where parents have their children attend the school. So Carlos Rosario connects with the school, and they offer the classes right there at the school. So instead of the parents coming to the Carlos Rosario campus, they just go to the public school that their child attends. They have the skills, technology, and math. They have a math class. Very important. And they have the skills technology classes, which are Computer Basics 1, Computer Basics 2, and IC3. And then they have the paid classes. The paid classes is the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Program. You have to pay to attend that class. And the community language classes, which is, they teach Spanish and Amharic. So any of those two classes, the small business and community language classes, anyone can attend. So you can live in Virginia, you can live in Maryland, you can live in West Virginia, you can live in New York, or you can live in California and take the class. Because right now they are virtual classes, but you have to pay for those. So if you're interested in the career training programs, you click career training programs, and you can see they have the construction. The name of it is Construye DC program, and it's a bilingual 6-month construction program, which is Spanish and English. And they have education, which is the bilingual teaching assistant training program. They have the healthcare, which is the nurse aid training program. They have hospitality, which is the culinary arts training program. And they have the technology, which is the IT fundamentals class. And each of these, let's say you click on it, let's say the bilingual teaching assistants, you click learn more, will tell you, will give you a video, and then down at the bottom, it will tell you the requirements. Most of the career training programs, you have to be eligible for ESL 8. That means that you must have completed and passed ESL 7. If you are new to the school, when you first registered, during registration, they gave you an English test. And they gave you your level of English when you completed that English test. But most students don't remember that. So I'm going to provide you that information soon so that you can be able to decide which class you want to take. So you can see the bilingual teaching assistant has a lot of requirements. You have to speak another language. You have to be eligible for ESL 8. You have to have a high school diploma or equivalent. Equivalent means GED. So you have to have a high school diploma or GED, completed your GED. Successful completion of Computer Basics 2 or equivalent, meaning that you have to pass a certain test. You have to pass math and English proficiency exam. You have to pass a criminal background check, and you have to complete the advising session, which includes the information session and the interview.
Miss Yolanda,
Yes,
I graduated from bilingual teacher assistant.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You want to say something about it?
Excuse me? No, I just said it. It's really nice
Oh, okay.
to take that training.
Mm-hmm. But the hospitality, if you want to take culinary arts, and it tells you when the classes are offered, like culinary. Oh, these are in-person classes, no virtual, no hybrid. So morning, 9 to 12:30, and evening, 5:30 to 9. Wow, I didn't know that. And where are the requirements? Entry requirements. Eligible for ESL 6. It means that you must have completed and passed ESL 5. and the advising session. Oh, okay, so the classes are different requirements. So the food services service principles class, you have to be eligible for ESL 6 and complete the advising session. Remember, the advising session is the information session, meeting, and the interview. But the food service operations class, the entry requirements are different. You have to be eligible for ESL 7. So you must have completed ESL 6. And you must have 300 hours of either BOH or FOH experience. I don't know what that is.
That's front of the house experience and back of the house experience. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, server, host, manager, front of the house, cooks and preparators and all that. That's back of the house. Sorry, I work in a restaurant.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. And let's look at the IC3. Well, let's look at GD first. GD. Morning and evening. I thought they had afternoon. They don't have afternoon GD anymore? Wow, requirements. Advising session with assistant principal or designee. Eligible for ESL 8 or higher, so means you have to have completed and passed ESL 7 and did not graduate high school in your home country or do not have an original copy of high school transcript. So if you don't have your original copy of your high school transcript, but you graduated high school in your home country, you could. But if you graduated from high school in your home country and you have your transcript, you cannot take GED. They also have GED in Spanish. Oh, it's different. The requirements are different. You only have to attend an advising session and did not graduate from your but they have it as different in Spanish and English. The English says did not graduate high school in your home country or do not have an original copy of your high school transcript. But in Spanish, they say you don't need.
Bachillerato, sometimes they call bachillerato to the high school, Miss Yolanda. Some students used to call bachillerato.
I know, that's what they have there, high school.
Uh-huh.
But they're saying here that you don't need to have your high school diploma.
Yeah, because it's a GED, right?
But it says you don't need to have your high school diploma. You don't need to have it. They're not explaining it clearly there. In English, they explain it clearly. You did not graduate high school. But in Spanish, they're saying you don't need to have completed your high school. And then they have information about the, and let's look at IC3. 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 The real name of IC3 is Internet Core Competency Certification. So I and 3 C's. That's why they call it IC3. It has 1 I and 3 C's. And it's given morning and evening. And the requirements are you have to be eligible for ESL 8, meaning that you must have completed ESL 7. You must have passed ESL 7. And you must have passed the computer literacy assessment with 70% or higher and type at least 20 words per minute on a typing test. But they have changed that. If you're a current student, you must have passed either Computer Basics 1 or Computer Basics 2. But if you take Computer Basics 2, you must pass it. If you do not pass, if you take Computer Basics 2 and you don't pass it, they won't allow you to take IC3. So this career training GED information sessions is only for the career training classes: bilingual teaching assistant, culinary arts, IT fundamentals, and nurse aid. Any questions? So I'm going to prepare a document for all of you so that you know what your ESL level, the recorded ESL level that the school has for you. I'm going to put that in the document that I'm going to give you. I'm going to try to complete it over the weekend. It's a lot of information, takes a lot of time to get done. So I'm going to give that to you so that you will know what ESL level you're listed at the school. But if you feel that it's not the correct level, you can always ask to be retested. And it's best to get retested as soon as possible, because later in the semester, it's gonna be a long wait because a lot of students are gonna be tested for different things. So the assessment department is gonna be very busy later in the semester. So that's why I'm gonna give that to you now so that you can start thinking about what class you wanna take next semester. Oh, and also on the, wait, what date is that? On the 28th, Tuesday, the 28th of March, we are going to visit the IC3 class. The whole class is going to visit the IC3 class at Sonia Gutierrez campus. That is in 2 weeks, is it?
Which day?
Oh, no, next week. No. That's a little over a week, on the 28th, Tuesday, the 28th. They're going to take us with the shuttle, and they'll take us to the Sonia Gutierrez campus. But of course, if you live near the Sonia Gutierrez campus, you could meet us there. You don't have to come to Harvard to go to SG. If you live nearby, you could just go there and meet us there. That's Tuesday, March the 28th. And then you have an idea what IC3 is all about. And you'll understand why this class, the entry requirement is just you must have completed ESL 4. Anyone that passed ESL 4 can take Computer Basics 1 and Computer Basics 2. But in order for you to take IC3, you must have completed ESL 7. That's a big difference. And there's a reason why. It's a lot of students think, oh, it's easy because I say it's something similar to this class. And they think, oh, it's going to be easy. It's not that easy. So, okay. Any questions? Okay,
No, thank you for the information.
sure. Thanks for responding. Okay, let's move on to our class. Let's, we were discussing file name extensions. Let's continue with that. You can open your Basics of Microsoft Word 2016. We started talking about file name extensions back when we were studying the File Explorer. And we learned how to enable. Enable means how to make available so that you can see your file name extensions. Who remembers how to enable file name extensions so that you can see the file name extensions for all your files? So let me change that question. How do you show your file name extensions?
You go to view, because I know you did it with me.
What do you have to do first?
The first things I have to do is go to, I think it was, let me see.
What do you have to open
You
first?
went to
What do you
the-
have to open first?
the blind,
What do you have to open first?
the blind document. Oh no, File Explorer.
Right. So you open File Explorer, then
Then you go to view. Once you are in view,
view what? View what?
and click
View what? You said you go to view. View what?
in the ribbon.
So it's what? View what?
View tab.
You
View
click
tab.
the View tab.
Yeah, view tab, and then you go to show hide group, and then you go to you see the file name extensions, and click in file name extensions.
Yeah.
So it shows the like the dog, that dog. I remember you did it with me yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it again? Go to the view tab and then I got lost. I was writing. So you said go to the view tab and then what?
When you are in view tab, when you click down, you will be able to see a show hide group
Click what? I'm sorry.
view.
The view tab and then
After that, you are going to go to the group and it says show hide.
show hide. To the group. I don't see that one in here. Oh,
Did you
yes,
go?
yes, I saw it. I saw it.
And when you are there, you will be able to see file name extensions.
Mine
It's
doesn't
the
have-
little one.
Yeah, mine only says show ruler grid lines and navigation pane.
No, you're in the wrong place. You didn't open File Explorer.
Yes, you are so right. You are correct. You were right. So it
So-
has to be File Explorer, click View tab, and then
Then you do
show
file.
hide. Yes, yes, you are right. Yes, thank you. I remember.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Okay, and we said that the file name extension, that a file name is set up in a certain way. You have the name of the file plus a period at the end of the name of the file. And then to the right of the period, you have some characters, 2 or more characters, which is a code. And for example, name would be the file name. Then you have your period, which is called dot when you're reading it. And then you have the code. So it would be name dot code. If I go to File Explorer, this one would be lesson plan for 10-25-2023.docx. If I go to my downloads folder, we have HSC Spring Week 7.mp4. I'm looking for short names. Then we have file _ explorer _ elements, open parenthesis 5, close parenthesis, .docx.
Mhm.
Right here we have worksheets 2.zip. So it would be worksheets 2.zip. Here we have download.ics. Those are all different types of file name extensions. Here we have keyboard _ lexilogos.txt. So you're seeing a whole bunch of different file name extensions. Here we have HSC Spring Week 4.mov. Let's see, any other different one? Here we have injured person.pdf. Here we have img _1368.jpg. here we have operating plus systems, open parenthesis 4, close parenthesis, dot pptx. Whole bunch of different file name extensions. Oh, and this last one, export, open parenthesis 4, close parenthesis, dot xlsx. And we also talked about why it is important to be able to see your file name extensions. Who could tell us one reason why it is important to be able to see your file name extensions?
Because maybe we can get it like something in the computer when we are using it, and it's not real because it doesn't have the file name extension, and we have to really make sure.
Every file on a computer must have a file name extension. Every file on a computer must have a file name extension.
Okay.
So you want to try that again?
Okay. I will try. Oh goodness. No, Miss Yolanda.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyone else?
You asked the question, why is it important for every file to have an extension?
No, why is it important for you to be able to see the file name extension?
Because that way, when you open it, you will be able to know what program to open.
Well, that's the job of the operating system, right?
Also, we can see if it's a real one because it can be fake.
Right. The operating system has to know, uses the file name extension to know what file to open, what file to connect to when you save, when you open. So it needs to know what program goes with each file. But it's important for all of us to know the file name extensions and well, there are too many for us to know what they do. But it's important to know the basic ones so that no one will be able to fool us by sending us attachments or us downloading stuff that are disguised. Everyone remembers what the word disguise means?
Yes, Miss Yolanda.
What?
It says to change the way that you or something looks so that people will not recognize you.
Right. Or it, right? So a disguise is to hide, like during Halloween, right? Kids wear, not only kids, everybody that participates wears disguises, right? They wear Batman mask and suits, and they wear all kinds of different, and nobody knows who they are because they are masked and they're disguised as something else, or they're disguised as someone else. So you don't know what they are or who they are. That's the same thing with file name extensions. Anyone can change an icon. Remember in File Explorer, in File Explorer, I had said that the reason why in the quick access menu, you have desktop icon, you have the downloads icon, you have the documents icon, you have the pictures icon. But those icons look different from the folder icons that we use regularly. And that's because anyone can change those icons. Anyone can change those icons. Let me show you. Open. Oh, properties, yes, properties. Okay, here says folder pictures, right? Choose a file to show on this folder icon. I can click choose a file. I can go and find a picture. I can go, let's say I want it to look like say I want it to look like this. I click OK. Oh, no, apply. Okay. It didn't change. Let me close. Which one did I choose? I chose March. Let me close File Explorer. Let me open it again. Oh, it didn't change it. It didn't change it. Folder. Oh, change icon. I'm sorry. Folder icons. You can change the folder icon. If you change the icon, it will no longer show a preview of the folder's contents. Oh, it will never show a preview. It won't show a preview. Okay. Okay. Well, let me show you anyway. Change icon. Oh. Or I can choose one of these pictures. Let me see. Or I can browse. Let me browse and choose one of those pictures that I okay. It has to be a specific type of picture. Let me find a PNG picture. It's probably a PNG picture that I have to find. Okay, let me cancel. Let me just choose one of these here. I'm gonna choose this one. Yeah, I'm gonna choose this one. Click OK, there, apply, and OK. But it's still not showing. Wait, let me see, let me close and open again. Well, I must be doing something wrong because it's not changing it. It's not changing it. Wait, let me go to MOA. North Star 2023. What's that? Is that AM? I think that's AM. No. North Star lesson plans. There. There it is, but it's not showing here in quick access, but here, you see? And it was saying that it won't show the preview. Let me see if it, let me go to view. Okay. So there, but you can't see a preview of a folder anyway, but that's how you can change a folder. Let me change it back. Let me change it back. Properties, customize, change icon. I'm gonna change it back to this. Restore to default. Okay, I'll restore to default. Apply. Okay. So now it's back to default. It's back to the original. See how someone can just change an icon to make it look like something else? So that's easy to do. So they will, let's say we have a PDF. Let's go to downloads. Let's try PDF, right? This is a PDF icon that you see here. Let me see if I can increase that any. Oh, yeah, I can go to large icons, right? This is what a PDF icon looks like. If I get this icon, but look at the file name extension of a PDF. .pdf, that's the file name extension. So if you get this icon, but then you see the file name extension is .exe, there's something wrong. Because this icon is supposed to have a file name extension .pdf, not .exe. And there's a big difference between .pdf and .exe. .pdf is going to be a file. The program itself, okay, let me not confuse you. The PDF is a file. If you see .exe, that's a program. So if someone is sending you a PDF file with a .exe file name extension, you know, not only is the icon doesn't match the file name extension, but the icon doesn't match the type of what it is. Because if someone sends you a PDF file, they use the Adobe Acrobat program to create a PDF file. But if your PDF file name extension is .exe, which is a file name extension for a program, there is something wrong. Let's look at Microsoft Word. If someone sends you, well, the file name extension for the current Microsoft Word is .docx. If someone sends you a Word file with a file name extension .exe, there's something wrong, because .exe is not going to have a Word icon. I feel that I'm just going around in circles and not explaining this properly. But so let's just read this part that we read yesterday. Let's read it again. I don't feel that I'm explaining it clearly enough.
No, you are doing it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So Fosia, would you mind reading that, what's in that box, please?
Okay.
What page it is, Miss Yolanda?
It's on page 13.
This is setting window.
Yes.
Setting window to show file extension is helpful for security. For example, the X file.
.exe.
Okay. The .exe file extension is one of many file extensions that Windows runs in program.
Runs as a program.
Runs as a program. If you cannot see what a file's extension is, that is hard to tell whether it is a program or save a document, save or a.
Read what you see. Don't add anything. Don't miss anything. Just read exactly what you see there.
Okay, it is hard to tell whether it is a program or a save document or media file. A glance.
At a glance. Everyone understands what at a glance means?
Okay.
Not me.
At a glance. Let's go to vocabulary.
At a glance.
At a glance.
Okay.
Let's go to vocabulary. At a glance. Number 5. You see that?
Yes.
Mhm. So when you look at something quickly, you look at it.
Yes.
So it means if you cannot see what a file name extension is, it's hard to tell whether it's a program or a safe document or media file at a glance. So if you just look at something and let me read that again. If you cannot see what a file extension is, so if you're not seeing the file name extension, it's hard to tell whether it's a program or a safe document or media file at a glance. So you can't, if you cannot see the file name extension, you won't know, right? So you look at it and you can't tell what type of file it is because you cannot see the file name extension. So at a glance means you just look at it, just like you know, if you're reading something, you just take a glance at something and then move on reading something else. So that's what at a glance would mean. You can continue.
Let's quick look.
Yes, quick look, exactly. You can continue.
Okay. For example, you may have a file named document that has the icon for your installed PDF reader. With file extension hidden,
Hidden,
there is no quick way to tell if this is a legitimate
legitimate,
legitimate
legitimate.
legitimate legitimate PDF document or actually a malicious program using
Malicious,
your PDF readers icon as a disguise.
disguise.
Disguise. Well, that's hard words here. If
Mhm.
you had if you had window set to show file extensions, you would be able to see whether it is a safe document with the name document PDF
Dot
or
PDF. Document dot PDF.
yeah, document.pdf or a dangerous
Dangerous, dangerous.
dangerous
Mhm.
file with a name like document exe.
Dot exe.
That okay. I have to read that too. Okay.
Oh yeah, important, extremely
Okay.
important.
You could look at the files properties window for more information, but you do not need to do that if you have enabled file extensions.
Okay, so it's telling you, thank you. It's telling you why it's important to enable, meaning to make sure that you can see your file name extensions. And it is because anyone can fool you, because anyone can change an icon to make it look like something else. So generally, we look at an icon, we don't really look at the file name extension because a lot of people don't even show their file name extension. So you look at an icon to tell you what type of program is being used or what type of file it is. And you would never know that it is not, let's say, a PDF file. You would never know if it's not a PDF file if you cannot see the file name extension. So if you see a PDF icon and the file name extension is not .pdf, you know there's something wrong. Because if you have a PDF icon and then a file name extension, either a .exe or a something else, you know it's a problem. It's a big problem because you know that someone is disguising something. Remember, disguising is making something look different than what it is.
Like
And
hiding, like mask his face like the friends.
exactly, exactly. So immediately you know, this is a problem. But you shouldn't even have to get to that point. And why? Because you should not be clicking on any link that anyone sends you. You should not be clicking. And why? If you think your sister or your brother is sending you a link, you see the email is coming from your sister or your brother or your mother or your father or your best friend. You see that email is coming from them. So you figure that, oh, this is safe. But no, It is not safe because just like they can change the icon to look like something else, they can hack your sister or your brother or your mother or your father or your best friend. They can hack their email and they can send out malicious. Everyone understands malicious?
There are a few locations. Here are their business hours for today.
Malicious is something that is bad. So they can hack anyone's email and use that email to send you malicious links. And you click on it because you think, oh, it's my mother or it's my sister or it's my father sending me this. You click on it and vaboom, they have control of your computer.
Oh my God.
No, seriously,
Yes, I
seriously.
believe you, Miss Yolanda.
And I can say this because I've experienced it. One day I was on my computer and I get a message that someone that I know sent me a message, and I go to the message and there was a link. I click on it. Now me, this person that is teaching other people not to click on links, guess what she did? She clicked on a link. Me, I clicked on a link because it happens really fast, right? They send you a message, you go, you click without thinking. But you always have to be thinking. You always have to be thinking. Whenever you see a link, always think, I cannot click this. If it's someone that I know, I must call them. You must call them to find out if they sent you the link. Like my sister sends me links every day. I have a sister that lives in Panama. She sends me links every day. I have not clicked on one of those links since I had that experience. I have not clicked on any links unless I check with that person to see if that person sent me that link. And that's how we protect ourselves on our computers, and that's how we protect the places where we work, where we visit. That's how we protect by not clicking on links. No matter who it says sent you the link, you do not click until you check.
How about email and text? Is that okay?
No. No links on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
No links in emails. No links anywhere until you check. Because us humans, we are the weakest links. You see all of those companies that get hacked, all of those companies that get hacked, the only reason that they get hacked is because of a human clicking on a link. That's how they get hacked. Because they don't repeatedly remind their workers not to click on links. They don't remind them regularly enough. Same as Carlos Rosario. They never, well, I shouldn't say never. They try to do some tricks on us sometimes to see who's gonna click on it. But they need to do more reminding people not to click on links rather than trying to trick them. No, they have to tell people, don't forget not to click on links unless you verify. Verify means that you check with the person who sent the link before you click on it. We are the weakest link because we are the ones that fall prey. A prey is a victim. A prey is a victim. We are the ones that cause it. Okay, let's take our break. Let's be back at 10:31. We're gonna type for just 10 minutes, and then we're gonna take our 3-minute test, starting at 10:31.
Thank you. We
Okay.
learned a good work.
Thank you.
Mhm. We are back. Should all be finished. Excuse me 1 second. It's kind of getting cold in here. Oh, I just drank something cold and just made me feel like it's freezing in here.
Yeah, because I don't have the heat on, so
Mhm.
that's why it's cold.
So any questions about what we talked about before the break? Or comments? Okay. So let's move on. So if we look on page 14, we'll see some of the most common file name extensions.
Miss Yolanda,
Mhm.
on typing, I'm still in the there is in the typing, hold on. Where am I? Okay, here. And the typing, there is beginner, intermediate, advanced. So the beginner in the top, it show me units complete. But when you go down each alphabet, the circle part, there is little left, some of them. I have to finish that.
I don't know. Share your screen, let's see.
Sure. I know now where they are, the whole alphabet, but
So
you
what is
want me
the question?
you see when the first beginning getting start, it's circled, but the whites all close. But when you come to reach out here, OBA, VHM, they're not like the others. They don't have the star with white. So that means I have to do more. OBA key, VHM key, and
That you didn't finish, maybe the ones. I'm not sure. I don't
because
know.
the circle here,
See, you didn't finish. You see that?
yeah.
At the end, all of them are yellow except those 3 at the end. So you didn't finish. Put the
Okay.
one on the white one. See, all of those you finished.
Okay, so I have to finish that before I go to intermediate.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, right now I don't have a speed, but I know the whole alphabet where they are by memory. I memorize them.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I can, okay, let me remove the share. Where am I? I can stop sharing. Okay. Thank you.
Miss Yolanda, did you finish the test, the 3-minute test?
I'm sorry?
We finished the 3-minute test, or we can do it later?
We
Oh,
did it
you do
already.
it?
Oh, I was typing, just I was disconnected, sorry.
Yeah, we took it already.
Okay, I can do it later, it's okay?
Yes. Mhm. Okay, so these are common file types and extensions. So Word 2010 to Word 2019. Wait, let me check for Word 2021 because that's the newest one. 1 second, let me check the file name extension for Word 2021. Okay, it's that DOCX. Let me see if it was 2022. 2022. Yeah, that DOCX. So I would think that DOCX also would include Word, Word Word 20. Word 2020. I'm not sure if it's 2021 or 2022. I can't find anywhere that says otherwise. So I won't change this yet until I'm able to get the correct information. So Microsoft Word 2010 through Word 2019, the file name extension would be .docx. Now a template of the same type, Word 2010 to 2019, would be .docx. That's a template. An older version of Word from Word 1997 to Word 2003 would be .doc. A Word template from 1997 to 2003 would be .dot. So now it's important to understand that if you have a .docx file, a Word document from Word 2010 to 2019, if you have that and you decide to send it to someone who has only Word either 2010, I'm sorry, not 2010, Word 1997 through 2003, that person is not going to be able to open that .docx. They would need to download something from Microsoft website in order to be able to open the .docx. But we are going to look at how you can convert a .docx to a .doc. However, if the opposite happens, so if you have a Word 1997 through Word 2003, and you send it to someone who has Word 2010 through 2019 with the file name extension .docx, that person will be able to open a Word 1997 to 2003 document. And that is because the Word 2010 to 2019 document already has that program where they can open an older version of Word. But the opposite is not. So when you are saving, well, when you are planning on sending, if you have the current version, either Word 2010 through 2019, and you know that you're sending it to someone who has an older version, Word 1997 to 2003, you can convert it to Word 1997 through Word 2003. You can convert it. And we'll look at how we do that. Now let's just look at the other file name extensions. So Word 1997 to 2003 template would be .dot. A text file, we're going to look at what type of program creates a text file, is .txt. And a rich text format file is .rtf. We're also going to look at that. Web pages, their file name extension would be either .htm or .html. You can use either or, doesn't matter. And remember, people create web pages, and I'll show you how. No, I won't show you how. I'll show you the program that people use to create a web page from scratch. But most people these days use programs, different programs to create their web pages. So you really don't have to create a web page from scratch anymore. And then you have Excel. The current versions of Excel from 2010 through 2019. The file name extension would be .xlsx. And the older version, Excel 1997 to 2003, would be .xls. And the same thing applies to these that we talked about for Word. If you have a .xlsx, the current version, you can open a .xls. But if you have a .xls, you need a special program for you to open the .xlsx. And then we have PowerPoint. The file name extension for the current versions of PowerPoint 2010 through 2019 would be .pptx. The older version is .ppt. And the same thing here. And you'll notice that all of these, the current versions of PowerPoint, Excel, and Word, they all have that X at the end. They all have that X at the end. And then we have Access 2010 to 2019. That file name extension is .accdb, while the older version is .mdb. Then we have the portable document format, which is the PDF, is .pdf. And then we have graphics interchanges, files, and joint photography experts groups. Those are pictures that are taken with a camera. And you have the .gif. People usually say GIF or GIF, depending on who is saying it, GIF or GIF. And the Joint Photography Experts Group is that JPG. And most everyone says JPEG. So whenever you hear JPEG, that's the .jpg. The difference between the .gif and the .jpeg is that the GIF is a better quality photograph than a JPG. A JPG is a smaller, but it's not as, the quality is not as good. Then we have Windows Media Audio File, .wma. That's the video program that you get with Microsoft Windows. And then you have the Windows Media Video File, which is .gmv. I would have to do some research as to whether, I think yeah, I need to do some research into that. But then we have the MPEG video file. This is the current one, .mp4. But this MP4 is used for both video and audio. But the older version, MPEG auto file, the MP3, that was only used for video. And then we have the compressed file, .zip. .zip, like the name says, compressed file, is a program. It's a program that allows you to put several large files into this zip folder that compresses, right? Everyone understands the word compress? It squeezes it to make it smaller. So compress means to squeeze, but as the squeezing makes something smaller. So that's what compress means. So you put these large files in this program and it compresses the files to make them smaller, and that way you can email. You can put them in an email, because emails have a limit of the size of a file that you can send. So that zip will make it small enough for you to be able to email it. Any questions? Okay. So now we're going to look at the difference between a text file, .txt, and a rich text format file, .rtf. So we're going to look at the text file first. So
Miss Yolanda,
yes.
template in document the same process?
Were you in class yesterday?
Oh, I left early to go to work yesterday. You did?
Oh, okay. So watch the end of yesterday's video,
Okay.
because we talked about a template and we opened a resume template.
Mhm.
And we talked about how to use a template.
Okay.
So a template is you have several templates. You can have an Excel template, you can have a PowerPoint template, and Word template. But a template is already prepared for you. So if you want a flyer, for instance, that is already prepared in a professional way, you can go and download a flyer template and just add the text that you want to add to it.
Oh,
That's what a template does.
okay. Thank you.
But a template will have a different file name extension. Okay. Let's go to the start menu. And we're going to the application section. And we are looking for Microsoft. No, actually, we're looking for Windows. So go down to Windows and go to Windows Accessories. Windows Accessories. And click the arrow to the right of Windows Accessories and look for Notepad. Look for Notepad. Go ahead and click Notepad. Maximize it. So this is Notepad. The file name extension is .txt. And Notepad is just plain text, plain text. No pictures, no fancy formatting, just plain text. If you click the File tab, you have new window, open, save, save as, page setup, print and exit.
Miss Yolanda,
Uh-huh.
I just opened my document. What did you say?
Did you open Notepad? Did you open
said-
Notepad?
You said open blank document, yeah?
No.
Oh,
Did you go to the,
Notepad.
where?
I said Notepad. Notepad. I said to go to the start menu. Did you go to the start menu?
Yeah, I'm in start menu, okay.
Go to Windows Accessories.
Okay.
It's an alphabetical order, so
Yes,
just go
yes.
down to the W's.
Yes, I checked. It doesn't open?
Did you go to Windows Accessories?
Yes,
Click the arrow to the right.
I did.
Now look for Notepad.
I gotta open it.
Click it, yes. Open it and maximize it.
Okay.
Okay, so when we click File, we have new window, open, save as, page setup, print.
Yes.
When you click Edit, you can undo, cut, copy, paste, delete, search with Bing, find next, find previous, replace, go to, select all, time and date. When you click Format, you can do word wrap. What word wrap does is when you have a very long line, word wrap will break the line, this long line, into several lines. That's what word wrap does.
Okay.
And then font, go ahead and click font. And font gives you different types of fonts. It gives you the different font styles, medium, bold, light, oblique, medium, oblique, bold, oblique. It gives you font size. Go ahead and click cancel. Okay, click view tab. You can zoom, you can remove or add the status bar. And then you have help. So we're gonna type type your full name. Type your full name.
Yeah. Mm.
Press enter twice. You
Hold on.
notice that there are no screen tips to help you finish writing your name, like in Word. That's right. Today is what? Friday. Let's type Friday. You can see comma. Friday, March. Today is March. So type March, Friday, comma, March 17, comma, space 2023. You can see it does not help you complete like we did in Word. Remember Word, we typed our first name, we pressed the space bar and it allowed us it completed the rest of our name, and the same with the date in Word. But here in Notepad, no kind of help. And also Notepad is what you use when you want to create a website from scratch. This is what you use to create a web page.
Okay.
But like I said, you don't need to create a web page from scratch anymore, because there are programs available for you to create a web page really fast instead of doing it from scratch, step by step. Okay, so we're gonna save this. So go ahead and click File.
Hold on, Miss Yolanda.
Mhm. Tell me when.
So you said file.
What? You wrote your name and today's date?
Yes, Miss Yolanda.
Okay, yes. So now we're gonna save it. Click File,
File.
click Save As. We're gonna save it in the Word folder in OneDrive. And the file,
Hold on.
the file name we're going to use is click in that box where it says file name.
Yeah.
Just click once and type wait, 1 moment. And write text file. Text, T-E-X-T space, capital F-I-L-E file. So text file. Remember, it's a name, so each name begins with a capital letter.
Mhm.
Text file.
file.
That's the file name, text file.
So I have to write text or only T?
The file name is text file. Mute your microphone, please.
Service?
Is my microphone? Oh, sorry.
Miss Yolanda,
Yes,
before we save it, what is here? It said encoding UTF/8. Besides saving.
no, we're talking about the file name.
Okay, no, I saw something, I never see
I
that.
said, click in the box to the right of file name, click once.
Then I put text file already.
Okay, so then just wait.
Okay.
Everyone got that? Text file in the file name box?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're gonna, you can see below file name, the file name box, it says save as type.
Mhm.
And it
Mm.
says text documents. And in
Mhm.
parentheses, it has the asterisk and then the .txt. So let's, oops, that's evening. I'm saving it in the evening. Wow. Okay, click save in the lower right corner. Close it.
It's closed by itself.
No.
Mine closed by itself.
Let's open the File Explorer. Let's go to the Word folder in File Explorer. Open the Word folder. And you can see the text file. And you can see the file name extension. What is your file name extension?
.txt.
Yes.
And that's text.
We'll continue with this on Monday.
Okay.
There's no homework.
Okay, Ms. Yolanda, because I saw in Ecology something for today.
What did you see?
I saw something like a file explorer exercise.
Oh, I made that available.
Yeah, the asynchronous.
Oh, the asynchronous. Okay. So the asynchronous, right? You have number 5 and number 6. Number
No, just
5
number
is
5.
due March. Oh, number 5 is due today.
Yeah.
And number 6 is due the 24th.
Yeah.
So the File Explorer exercise is due today, and the difference between Office 2016 and Microsoft 365 is due next Friday.
Okay. So where are we going to find file explorer exercise?
In the asynchronous folder.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Have a great
Thank you so
weekend,
much.
everyone.
Everyone,
Everyone,
thank you all.
Thank
thank you.
You guys
Have a
enjoy
great
your kind
weekend.
of work.
Thank you so much. Bye bye, everybody.